Sai Charita Chapter 22 Warding of Untimely Death. If the crescent moon cannot be seen straight, then one should look through the two branches of a tree by keeping one's eye only on the moon. It is called Shakachandra Gyaya. Baba surprised Daskanu by showing the Ganga and Jamuna flowing from the right and left toe of his feet, like spotting the crescent moon between two branches by keeping the index and the middle finger on the toe of his feet. Mother Sai shows a simple way of meditation or to his devotees. Sai says to be humble before everyone. Shirdi had become a holy place because of Baba. People bore witness in all the 10 directions to the Kalpa Vriksha in the form of Sai manifesting in Shirdi. Sometimes Baba would be silent, sometimes his speech was full of deep and secret meaning. Sometimes he would talk humorously and sometimes become angry. Sai's pattern of behavior is beyond the powers of human mind, intellect, and speech to recognize. One can count the drops of the rain or capture the wind in a leather bag, but one cannot measure his powers. Sai always cared for the safety of his devotees and warded off their insurmountable difficulties. Kaka Sahib Mirikar from Ahmednagar had been bestowed the title of Sardar by the government. His son was the Mamlatdar of Kopagaon. During Kaka Sahib's official tour to Chitali, he came to Shirdi to have Baba's darshan. How his future difficulties were forecasted by Baba is proved by the following story. Baba asked the Mirikar Mamlatdar, "Do you know a Dwarakamai?" Mirikar could not understand the question. Then Baba said, "Look, this masjid is a Dwarakamai. This Dwarakamai is very kind. She is the mother of all the innocent and faithful devotees. Anyone who faces any difficulty, and she will readily protect. Once a person settles in her lap, all his difficulties are solved. He who lives in a shadow will be on the throne of happiness. This is Dwaraka, Dwarvati." Saying this, Baba gave him the Udi and kept his protective hand on his head. When Mirikar got up to leave, then Baba again asked, "Do you know the long serpent?" Then he closed his fist and took his left arm near the elbow of his right arm and holding it, moved it around and said, "He is terrible like this, but what can he do to us? We are Dwarakamai's offspring. When Dwarakamai is there to protect us, how can the long Baba dare to attack?" Why did Baba explain this at this point of time, but nobody could dare to ask him? Mirikar was getting late for Chitali, so he started by Tonga. Baba ordered Madhavrao to accompany him. Mirikar said to him, "Chitali is far away. Why will you come so far? It will be an unnecessary trouble for you." Hearing this, Madhavrao returned, but Mirikar thought that he should obey Baba's words. So he took Madhavrao with him. When they reached Chitali, they came to know the higher officer who was to come had not yet arrived. There was a strange place to stay at the Maruti's temple, so they went there. They sat chatting on their cotton carpet when a strange thing happened. At that evil time, a snake came out from nowhere and sat quickly on that end of Mirikar's soft upparan, which was lying on his waist. His peon heard the rustling noise of the newspaper, so he lifted the lamp a little and saw a snake. Madhavrao was amazed and remembered Baba. In the meantime, the serpent that was resting below the waist was seen quietly moving away. The clubs and the other weapons that were already ready to strike fell forcefully on the serpent, and it was done to pieces. Having seen that the danger had passed away, Mirikar was choked with emotions. Baba, knowing the forthcoming danger, with his insight warned Mirikar about the snake while he was coming back from Shirdi. In this way, he pointed at the importance of darshan, asserted the power of the masjid, and revealed his own love for the devotee by a simple act. Once a famous astrologer whose name was Nana Dengle went to Sriman Bhuti and said, "Today is very unauspicious day for you. Some calamity is to befall you. Have courage and be careful." Bapu Sahib, being so restless, went to the masjid at the unusual time with Dengle and sat near Baba. Baba immediately asked Booty, "What does this Nana say? Does Dengle predict your death?" "You have nothing to fear. Tell him without fear, you can kill me if you dare to." After this, a miracle happened. Bapu Sahib went outside to the toilet. In the toilet, there came a snake at that time. Looking at it, Bapu Sahib came out, and his servant, Lahanu, asked him if he would kill it with a stone. He went to pick up a stone, but Bapu Sahib forbade him and told him to bring a stick. When the servant left to get a stick, the snake began to climb the wall. Suddenly, lost its balance and fell down. Then he crept away through a hole. Thus it escaped, and then remained no reasons to kill it. This incident reminded him of Baba's words. In both incidents, calamities were warded off. Once a snake bit Madhavrao when he was in Shirdi. Many people urged to take him to the shrine of Biroba. He replied, "We will act as per Sai Maharaj's order." Saying that, he went to Baba. When he reached below the steps, Baba said, "Do not climb up." Madhavrao felt that the order was for him, but in fact it was for the poison. Poison no longer spread at Madhavrao and was cured by Baba's grace. He had a vision of this incident a year before it actually happened. There is another incident that happened in the presence of Baba at about midnight in the Chavdi. A person, Amir Sarkar, owning ancestral land at Korale in Kopagaon Taluk, had faith in Sai. By caste a butcher, he was a broker by profession and was well known in Bandra. Once, when he was suffering from a disease, he rushed to Shirdi, leaving his business behind. Amir bowed down and kissed Sai Baba's hand. He told everything in detail regarding his disease. He said he was being harassed by rheumatism. To this, Baba said, "Go and live happily in the Chavdi." From the masjid, Baba used to go to the Chavdi every alternating night regularly when Amir was leaving. Amir was suffering from joint pain. He would have been comfortable at any other place in the village, or he could have gone to Kurale. The Chavdi was old, where chameleons, lizards, and scorpions roamed freely. Dogs roamed around eating leftover food. At the rear side, there was a heap of garbage lying. Amir lived at the Chavdi for 9 months, spreading his bed in the middle of the room as per Baba's order. He was prohibited from coming for darshan even in masjid. Every alternative day, Baba's Harati was held in the Chavdi. Thus, he was enjoying Sai's company. Without good fortune, no one else could have had this rare opportunity. But soon, Amir got fed up of staying in the Chavdi, where he left imprisoned. So he left without Baba's permission and stayed in the Dharmashala in Kopagaon. A fakir who was dying and lying there, being extremely thirsty, he begged, "Give me a mouthful of water." Amir felt pity on him and gave him water to drink. But as soon as the fakir drank it, he died. Nobody was near, and it was also night time. Amir became nervous. He thought that in the morning an official inquiry would take place about this sudden death. People will gather there and government will inquire into it. Who is going to believe that the fakir had died himself? Therefore, Amir quit the place and started for Shirdi. He thought, I left Chavdi for finding a better place. My own action have brought me these fruits. He said, Baba, have mercy on me. Take me out of this predicament. He begged Baba all the way till he reached the Chavdi, and that is where he got relief. In this way, Amir behaved well and gave up the wrong path. Because of his faith, he was cured by rheumatism. Later, a strange incident took place. The Chavdi was divided into three parts. Baba's corner was in the southeast. He slept in a place covered on all four sides by wooden planks. Lamps were burned there the whole night. He slept always in the light throughout the night. Fakir and others used to sit outside where it would be dark. Once at midnight, Baba cried out to Abdullah and said, Look, I have found a ghostly creature near my bed. Abdul started searching with a lamp in his hand. Baba kept hitting the ground with his satka. Amir used to understand Baba's action. If there was any danger to a devotee, Baba would say that it affected him. Just then, he saw something moving near his pillow. When the lamp was brought, a large serpent was seen coiled there. It was killed immediately. Everybody was grateful to Baba. How extraordinary was his method of making us aware. There was no ghost at all. It was only a trick to save his devotee from the calamity. Snakes and scorpions are Narayan, but they should be worshipped from a distance, says Saint Tukaram. He calls them wicked and deserving of a beating, but in his opinion is not an animus, and one is left in doubt as the mode of one's treatment of them. One acts according to one's nature and is keeping with God's will. Whether it is a scorpion or a snake, God is within them too. If he does not wish to harm, no harm will be done by them. Once a scorpion fell into a pond. A man happily clapped, seeing him drowning, and said, Oh scorpion, you likewise harm us. Another man turned up at the same time at the bank of the pond and saw scorpion bobbing up and down and took pity on him. He went near it and picked up the scorpion with tongs. Immediately the scorpion, according to his nature, stung that man. Everything that takes place in our lives is according to Narayan's wish. Kaka Sahib Dikshit read the Nath Bhagavat during the day, and every night he read the Bhavarth Ramayan. It was regular. Sometimes even he missed the customary duties, but the time he allotted for reading was never missed by Dikshit. In these two unique books, the knowledge of self, non-attachment and practice of ethics, the threefold wick of the flame shone with divine light. By Sai's grace, Hemant Pant also got the opportunity to become one of the listeners or to the Bhagavad reading by Dikshit. One night when the reading was in progress, Hanumant agreed to his mother's indication and tried to test his master's power by ended by experiencing terrible miseries. Hemant Pant narrated the story thus. When everybody was involved in the delight of listening, then a scorpion, an incarnation of death, appeared. It jumped on his shoulder and settled itself down. Enjoying the sentiment of the story, here also Baba's eminence is proved, as its nature. Had it moved in a sting just a little bit, there would have been an obstacle in the katha. This is the greatness of the story Ram, that while listening to his story, no obstacle can be more powerful than this. Hemant Pant tightly folded the scorpion in the uparan and left it out in the garden. He did not kill it because it was Baba's order. Snakes and scorpions are the venomous creature, cannot afford to be neglected, but Baba would ask to leave them. Hemant Pant remembered an incident in the past in Shidi in Kaka's house in a room of the on the upper story near the window. A poisonous snake was seen. It had got startled because of the movement of people around him, and it remained steady. It neither went back nor did it come forward, but moved its hood up and down. Somebody brought a lamp and he found a way to escape. Hemant Pant said. The snake's hour of death had not yet come. It was a precarious moment, but Baba protected us all. It went back through the place from where it entered. The devotee named Muktaram, who was present at that time, said the poor thing had escaped. If it had not, if it had not slipped away through the hole, it would have lost its life. Hemant Pant felt hurt at Muktaram's outlook of kindness. Muktaram used to come and sit with Hemant Pant, and both of them used to talk. Besides, Hemant Pant's bedding was placed near the window from where the snake came out. That's why Hemant Pant did not like his words. Hemant Pant took the opposite view of Muktaram. A big argument took place, but conclusion was reached. Hemant Pant changed a sleep place. He inserted a wooden piece into the hole and then spread out a bedding. People went to sleep. That night passed away. In the morning, Hemant Pant finished his morning ablution. At that same time, Baba returned from the Lendi. People gathered in the masjid. Hemant Pant also was into the masjid at the usual time. Muktaram and others also came and took their seats. Some were crushing the tobacco in their palms, some were filling Baba's chillum, and some were pressing his hands and feet. Thus, all were busy serving him. Baba was aware of everyone's innermost thoughts, and so he softly asked, "What was the discussion that took place last night in the Vada?" Hemant Pant told Baba everything that had transpired and asked whether a snake should be killed or not under such circumstances. To this, Baba said, God is present even in serpents and scorpions and in all beings. Therefore, we should love all. We should be kind to all living things and love them. Give up violence and have patience. Sri Hari protects everyone. Om Shri Sai Nathaya Namaha.